55, Brenda Fontana. We'll open with a quote from Coach recapping the game, and then we'll open it to questions.
Happy holidays, everyone. I felt like we came out and we played with energy. The effort was there. I thought that we were doing a great job of stopping them in transition early on. And then it just got to a point where the talent started talenting. They are a tremendous team. They're number 3 in the nation, and it's not a fluke. They're very good and they're very big and they're very skilled. But more than anything, I'm so proud of my team for fighting and leaving it all out there on the court. The iron became unkind to us. I think we got a little shy in terms of going inside because of their size, and we relied on the outside shooting. I think there was 9 threes that we took in a row or something like that, 9 outside shots, and we didn't make any, but they came down and punished you with transition looks and ones or threes. And so it was a long night. But it was a treat for our community and for our fans to have the number 3 team in the nation come through Norfolk and play in Chartway Arena against our wonderful ball club, the ODU women's basketball team. I'm super happy for this young lady to my left. Brenda did a tremendous job of shooting the ball. Although we lost, I think it was a win for us in certain areas. We were able to see a lot of players play. We were able to see a lot of good things happen from all the players that played. We still saw things that we could potentially work on. So we're going to be better from all of this. The VCU game served us, and this game against NC State will serve us. And now, as we move into our conference play coming towards the end of December, I think we'll be primed and ready to go.
Coach, did you get a sense that, after a while they were kind of challenging you guys to come inside? Like,
yes.
You know what I mean? Like leaving the perimeter a little open and saying, come on in.
No doubt. They changed the pick and roll coverage. Before they were going under a lot of things. Then they started going over to force us into the big woman in the paint. We go in there amongst the trees, something bad is going to happen. You're going to get lost in the jungle. And that happened to us a few times. They blocked our shots. Hell, they blocked our shots from the 3-point line. That's good length and size. When you have a team like that, you have a great chance of winning just off of that alone. But all in all, I'm still glad that we were still able to play the game and play it with heart and passion attached to it. The results weren't in our favor, but it was still a treat for everyone, even for our players in the loss. What great memory does this serve, being able to say, man, we played the number 3 team in the nation, and they came to our home. And now for those that move on, the ones that remain, we get to go down there next year and get another shot at it. So we're playing them in a home and home. That should be a treat as well, too.
What do you take from a game like this? I mean, number 3 in the country.
It's the same thing. Of course, it's really good to play a team that good. A lot of players you see them play on TV, and you're like, they're good, but then you get a chance to actually guard them, and that's a big opportunity. You don't get that all the time. So, of course, like learning from the game, from our mistakes, taking positive stuff in a game like this, it's a quality game. So the stuff that we do good is something to look at too. And yeah, also like having the opportunity to have a bigger challenge that we get every day.
How concerned were you about Isaiah James coming home, playing here, family, and all that? How concerned were you about her going off and having a big game?
I wasn't concerned at all. I really wasn't. She's another player on the team that we have to guard. And if she's out there on the court, then we're going to guard her. We have a scheme for their team, and we have schemes for individuals. She's a talented player. Princess Anne produces talent, and they roll them out. I want to start seeing some of that talent want to stay home. Stay home and let's make a dynasty happen here at ODU. What better way than to see allow your family to see you play every night that you suit up, rather than a special situation like this. But Isaiah is a truly talented individual. I thought it was neat to see NC State's fans come out in droves and support them, and it filled this arena, and it was a great ambiance.
Coach, all things considered, some schools will go through weaker non-con schedules and then kind of get punched in the face a little bit when they get to that tough conference schedule. How well do you think it bodes for the team, knowing that you have played really good non-con teams in the conference play?
I think this is going to help us tremendously. You want to play against talent, play against the best. And this is a luxury for us to have them come through, because they challenge us in ways that we may not get from individual teams within our conference. They have tremendous size all over the floor. So this allows me to go back to the drawing board to really figure out how can I maneuver and manipulate things that will help us in conference play if we run up on something that resembles this. Our players can understand how it feels to play against different levels of talent and physicality in the paint and on the perimeter. So it's going to serve them in that capacity too. Although we lost the game, I love the fact that the cohesiveness never broke. We weren't out there arguing and bickering and falling apart. We stayed together and we were true to our identity of who we are. We are a family oriented program. We love one another, we trust one another, we honor each other, and we honor the game by playing it hard and with respect.
So with that being said, the first quarter and change where the game was really tight.
Yeah.
What is the ceiling of this game?
The ceiling is high, in my opinion. I look at the two losses that we've had, and I feel like in VCU, I think that we strayed away from who we truly are. We didn't present ourselves as that team that was locked in and would follow the scout to the T and really just stick to it. Tonight, I felt like we had a good quarter and a half, and then the bottom fell out. But overall, we were steady in our progression throughout the game. I think that to even say that we scored 14 points in the paint against a team that had 6'5", 6'5", 6'4", 6'3", hell 6'1" at the 3 guard spot, that's commendable. We tried to win the rebounding battle, but we fell short by 14. There's still some things that we can pick away at and say, you know what, we're proud of ourselves in this effort. We finished the game with 10 turnovers. 13 turnovers and 10 assists. I'll take that for my ball club. The ceiling is high. Growth is still there for the individuals, and growth is still there for our team as a whole.
So, Coach, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but just listening to you talk now, despite the deficit, it sounds like you're a lot happier with the way your team played tonight than you were against at VCU.
Oh, most definitely I am. Most definitely. I feel VCU, it was some can call it a trap game because we were finishing up finals and they were up late. We're a smart team. We have 9 players out of our 15 that made the dean's list. So that should tell you that they were digging down deep in the books. We got to the game and I could just see that we were kind of lethargic in our thought processes. We weren't picking up on concepts as quickly as we normally do. And we were lethargic in our movements, probably because they were sleep deprived or dehydrated or just filled with junk food because you're staying up that late studying. So the VCU game was one where I watched them and I said, okay, this is going to be a tough one. If we squeeze it out, it's going to be by the hair on our chin. But we fell short. They're a good ball club. But this game, I loved how we presented ourselves from start to finish. And that's why you can hear this in my voice and you can see it in my face that I'm pleased. I'm pleased, and it's not the end of the world.
What's the biggest takeaway coming out of this game now going into your conference schedule?
I'm sorry.
What do you tell your team after this?
So I told each and every one of them that I'm so proud of them. I'm proud of the fact that they did not give up and they left it all out there on the court. And everyone that played, they contributed in a way that was impactful. We went down the line with certain individuals. Brenda, we commended her on her shooting. This is something that we've been trying to get her out of that shell to break through to be a knockdown shooter because that's what she is. Nina Orji from our 5 position, being able to shoot threes the way that she did too. We can showcase ourselves differently. So there was many different things that we pulled from for certain individuals that we applauded them on their efforts.
Follow up on that. Just talk about your effort, Brenda, about going 4 for 7 from outside the arc. Do you feel good stroking the ball down, or
it felt good? As we said, it's something that we've been talking actually since last year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we just watched film last week, and she was like, "See, you have the shot in this situation." So I was like, "Okay, let me take it."
Okay.
So it was that adjustment. It was something small, and then today I came with the mentality: if I have the shot, I'm gonna take it. I also watched film on them, and we noticed that their defense, sometimes, is they give you that. So I was very aware of those moments that I had it, and I just took it today. It went in.
Thank you.
She told me, she was like, Coach, I feel so stupid. I should have listened to you a long time ago. Thanks, Brenda.
DeLisha, who picked out your sweater?
Oh, actually, my husband is my fashion designer. You know, Coach Roland Jones. He's on the staff as my recruiting coordinator and assistant coach. He's the fashionista in the family, so he picked out my sweater. Is it ugly enough? Thank you.
Is he better at recruiting or fashion?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. That's a tough one because you know I have to give him a lot of credit because he beats the bushes in terms of finding the talent and for us to get the results that we have. Last year we had 8 new players. This year we have 10 new players, and for the past 2 years we've had 20-win seasons. So that's a lot that needs to be accredited to him for his efforts on the recruiting trail.
So the sweater's starting to light up. What's the battery like?
I don't know. It's probably gonna die after this meeting. But you guys, this is a treat. Thank you guys for coming out. I think this is wonderful to see all of you. I know that NC State can pull the best out of everyone and have you front and center, but this was amazing. And we really do appreciate everything that all of you do, not just within your communities and for who you work for, but for the women's game. The coverage means the world to each and every team that you cover. Thank you. And Merry Christmas, you
Yeah,
filthy
thank you guys. Merry
animals.
Christmas.
Have a great holiday, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.